Hey, One Wrong World Entertainment, and Noah Hawley is out here now talking about Alien Earth Season 2. Just to confirm it right here now, there is no Season 2 as of yet. Nothing has been confirmed, it's not being greenlit, Disney have made no moves on this, but Noah Hawley is out talking about what he sees the plans being for Season 2. Now, Season 1 was an absolute disaster. Nobody seemed to be on board with it. It seems to have tanked a bit in the ratings, all that type of stuff. Why would you want to do a season 2 if nobody's going to watch it? And from what he's saying, it sounds even worse than what he had done with season 1. But it's saying, while no official announcement about a second season for Alien Earth has been made, the series resonated with this critics. Now, critics, not fans, critics. Earning it a 94% on Rotten Tomatoes. Not that that means anything. And showrunner Noah Hawley has been discussing the possible directions for Alien Earth's second season, talking to Empire in a new article published yesterday, so whenever it actually came out, to tease a larger interview about Alien Earth. Hawley doubled down on exploring more of the corporate politics and machinations of the 1%. So this is what he said about what his plans would be for a season 2, or at least the direction he wants to go in for season 2, saying, "That moment of 'now we rule' is such an exhilarating moment for the audience." And was it? And then the question is, well, it was an exhilarating moment when Dustin Hoffman ran out of the church and they got on the bus in The Graduate, but what comes after? The Weyland-Yutani ships are coming and all they have is problems. I'm interested in exploring the corporate politics of it. As we've seen, there's an irresistible gravitational pull towards monopoly that corporations and billionaires have. There's a bit of a Game of Thrones to the corporate world that feels interesting to me. So he doesn't want to go into the whole alien and the consequences of the alien being on Earth. He wants to go deeper into the whole corporate end of things. The problem there he would already have is, we've seen Alien. We've seen Aliens, we've seen Alien 3, we've seen Resurrection. Where in any of them, including Alien Romulus, which is between Alien and Aliens, and even, if we dare put them in, but even Prometheus and Covenant, where were all these corporations? We were knowing one corporation, Weyland-Yutani. That was it. There was no prodigy in all these other ones that are there. So, where exactly are these corporations? Where is the information that these xenomorphs and synthetics that were actually people's minds and consciousness downloaded into? Where are all they? And by the sounds of it, he doesn't want to answer any of those questions. So, of course, there's also a question of where the show should go with the hybrids now that they've taken over Neverland and have seemingly forged an alliance with the aliens, which is ridiculous. And he said, "I do think this story of these children's autonomy continues to be the heart of the show, but Alien is always about levels of containment. The island is a level of containment, and what happens when you expand past that level? Ultimately, the show is called Alien Earth. I know that, given the canon, I can't blow up the Earth, but I do think that containment is going to be very hard to maintain, because it's a story about humanity trapped between nature that's trying to kill us and the technology we've created that also seems to be trying to kill us. That feels like the world I live in," he reasons, "and so I feel like there's a lot there to really grapple with." What the hell is he talking about? nature trying to kill you and the technology trying to kill you right now is the world he lives in. I don't know. That doesn't seem to make much sense. You notice though, he's saying he understands it's called Alien Earth, but he can't blow up the Earth because of the canon. You've already screwed canon with the stuff you've done. Putting aliens on Earth, having people know that they're called xenomorphs, undoes everything. The hybrids undoes everything. So it's really this kind of, what the hell is he trying to do here? What is his plan, and what was his direction to go in? And it sounds like he doesn't actually know. And that is quite evident when you watch the first season, that it starts to go in such a weird direction and does nothing with half the stuff it sets up. You're like, okay, so what's the plan here? The fact that xenomorphs aren't just loose on Earth, which should instantly start eradicating cities and stuff. It's the fact that they're now pets. And the irony of, he constantly was saying before that, oh, the xenomorph, it's not a sidekick. You can't be looking at it as a sidekick. It'll never be that, blah, blah, blah. And then we see it as a bloody sidekick, to the point that he even says, like, oh yeah, it's pretty much her sidekick. The guy hasn't a clue what he's doing. It's unfortunate. It could have been something great, but my God, did he drop the ball. And now we have the disaster that was season 1 that asked a billion questions and didn't answer a single one of them by the end of the season. Not one. Like, the biggest question when it came to the hybrids should have been, well, is it them? Is it actually them? Like, is it just the consciousness uploaded? Like, is it a soul? What is it? They never answered it. They never even asked the question or answered it then of the morality of doing what they did. And answering that question, like, well, wait, if we put these kids into these bodies, like, is it really them? Like, or is it just like a construct of their consciousness and stuff? What is it? They never answered. Where did they get the alien species? Not just the xenomorph and the eggs and stuff, but the likes of Teocellus, the eyeball, and the weird tiny testicle thing. And where did they get them? And how did they manage to actually capture them? What? None of that's answered. Where do the hybrids go by the time we get to Alien? Where does the corporations go by the time we get to Alien? Remember, season 1 of Alien Earth is set 2 years before Alien. So he just muddied the water. Now he's talking about, oh, we know what canon has to do and we can't do this because you've already destroyed canon. So everything he's saying sounds terrible. And it's clear he doesn't know what the world is that he's working in. So he's using it to try and force his own messaging on his thoughts of the world we actually live in. Which, yeah, nuts to that. So what do you guys think? Do you think he ever knew what the hell he was doing? Did you ever watch Alien Earth? I, of course, reviewed it and everything else. And the majority of you seem to have not watched it. But did you go and give it a whirl? And where do you think this could go? Let us know. And with that, I shall leave it there for this one. So do like, share, subscribe, and all that good stuff. Cheers, and I'll catch you in the next one.